I'm the magnificent.
Tell them what your name is.
Lordship in the building. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Allow me to introduce myself. His name is Lordship.
Yo, man, I don't think they heard you. Why don't you tell them what your name is?
All right, we in the building. Yeah, so today is actually a production clinic. You know, I'm gonna let y'all see how I make these jingles, these little beats, you know. And you know, somebody put my name in the video. I want y'all to congratulate me because this is the first time another YouTuber put my name in the video. I'm so proud of myself. So I thought it would be polite to introduce myself. And I want to give you the opportunity to either be my best friend or my worst enemy. And trust me, you do not want to be my worst enemy. You ever saw that scene in Christine? You know, this Stephen King movie? Yeah, you don't want to be my worst enemy. And you know, and I'm not even that type, you know. But thanks for putting my name in the video because you actually go down in history as the first person to use my name in the video title. Yeah, I'm official. And you know what? She flagged one of my videos before too. She tried to act like she innocent. I made a roast video and I said something about her, and I know Ashe didn't flag it, and I know I know Uncle Black didn't flag it. I know that Diva didn't flag it. That only leaves one person. So don't try to act like you are innocent. I'm extending the olive branch. You could be my best friend or you could be my worst enemy. I all of my pictures are very tasteful. They're funny, but they're flattering. They're so flattering you can barely tell who the people are. Like the original, like the pictures are so on point, you don't know if the person really looks like that. The last picture that I did, it had Jazzy in the middle, but Latanya was on the right. Nobody recognized her. And she said herself, where is the diss? There was no diss because it was called art. There was no diss. You're absolutely correct. And then you tried to compare me to someone who disses people. I don't have a reputation of dissing people. I have a reputation of creating art in the same way that people give the news report. I express news through art. You know, because in this sector, what goes on with Nature Boy and things around him, I reflect in my art. Right on, Black Nation. And I see everybody in the chat. Don't worry, I'll be promoting you next on my main channel. Thank you, Ashe. Thank you. And thank you, Mediva. And shout out to everyone. Cherie, baby, Midcled, Ferris, Key Deadman, and Job Bless, and anybody that I may have missed. And for the record, Ashe was first in the building. I'm not here to clown or disrespect Jazzy. I'm finna show you how I make these intro tracks for people who like to buy intros. A matter of fact, today, whoever gives the most for today's show, even if it's $2, even if it's $5, even if it's $1, whoever donates the most by the time this show ends, you will get a free intro. And usually I get $50 for my intros. I usually get $25 to $50 depending on how long it is, because anything between 30 and 45 seconds is $25, and anything around a minute and a half is $50. And you can ask anybody who's bought intros from me. The majority has spent an average of $50. But today, if somebody gives to my Cash App, if somebody bids $1 and then somebody bids $2 and then somebody bids $4 or somebody bids $5, well, whoever bid $5 will get a whole minute and a half intro worth $50 for giving that highest donation. And today I'm going to show you how I do some of the stuff that I use to make those intros, because look, this software that's right in front of you. Hey, Lena, how's it going? Oh yeah, I might play yours. I have ZX intro set up right now. First, I got part of mine, and then I got ZX, and we can open up yours too, so you can see how it was done, Key, and then and then the show will be pretty much wrapped up on that part. So, y'all, so let me tell you something. Yeah, so the software that you see in front of you, there's two, but one of them is being used as a VST. But this also can be used as a standalone. So this is called Maschine, Native Instrument Maschine, right? Now this VST right here is actually worth $650 just for the thing that's in front. Okay. Now this DAW digital audio workstation called Ableton Live, this is worth about $900. Now I have over 26 virtual keyboards. I probably have about 30 something virtual keyboards. So anyway, so when I was working on the intro for His Lordship, I used Native Instrument Maschine for the beat. Oh, cool. Right on. Right on. This is the Cash App logo right here. Technology. Because I'm not about the drama. I'm about the technology. All right. So anyway, Native Instrument Maschine. I have this on my phone. I have this on my iPad. And I have this on my PC. On my PC, this cost me about $650. On my phone, I guess it cost me about $18, not including all the little sound files I have. And I'm using Native Instrument Complete Audio 6 as a sound card to run this, because you need a separate sound card to run such powerful tools. Now I've only shown you two things that I use for production: the software Ableton Live and the VST Maschine. But I have way more than this. But just these two alone is worth over $1,000, probably around, I would say around $1,500. So I've already invested probably $8,000 in myself over the years, maybe $10,000 on production tools. So I do amateur animation. I'm a multimedia artist, so I'm not just a beat maker. And my repertoire covers all styles of music. And I'm on Spotify and all of that stuff. I just don't use my real name, but my artist name is, I've been online since 1996. So if you think you're going to troll me, think again. I've been online since 1996. I've been working with people, recording and traveling, and I know how to take your email and trace your IP through your email, but I don't even do that type of stuff. I am a recovering troll, and I never was that bad when I did troll. Okay? So, oh, okay. Okay. Well, I just got a bid. Now, look, people have people that they have beef with and stuff like that. This is the neutral zone. I have to honor all donations. I have to honor anybody who want to participate in this venture. Okay. I'm offering you, I feel like I'm doing something cool. I'm offering you a way to get a $50 intro for practically nothing if you really like my production style. And I'm showing you how I did it. Okay? Oh my God. Shady, I'm gonna put it out there. Shady Hood Trail, Shady, you know what, you get a plug too. This is advertising. Shady Hood Tales put in 5, but Ashay Divine sent 10. So far, Ashay Divine put in the highest bid. And I'm gonna tell you now, whoever puts in the highest bid, I'm gonna give 110%. And I'm not gonna give you no cheap MP3. I'm gonna give you a high resolution industry standard audio file that you can use for anything. You can use it for video. You can use it for whatever. It's going to be a 24-bit audio file. I'm going to produce it at 32 bits. And then I'm going to reduce it to 24-bit. You're only used to having 16-bit. Your music CDs are only 16-bit. But when I produce the intro for you, it's going to be at industry standard 24-bit. And I'll send it to you through Dropbox. I wouldn't dare send you an MP3. If you ever got an MP3 from me, it's a scam. All right? So shout out to Ashe Divine and shout out to Shady Hood Trails. And oh, you say you donated for your skills, not the intro. I like to do my own intros. Give your intro. I like to do my own intros. Give my intro away. Wow, that's nice of you, and that's hella cool. I'll do that. Right on. I'm buffering. I didn't notice that. Do anybody else have anybody else noticed that I'm buffering? Because I can make those adjustments. All right, cool. I'm actually stalling. I don't know if you know this, but I'm stalling because the first intro I'm going to show you is grown folks intro, but he's not here. Okay, well, that's a lot of pressure on me. I don't know if you win, Ashe. I don't know who to give your intro to, and feel free to make any suggestions in the DM. You don't have to do it publicly. Okay. Oh, grown folks is live right now. Okay. Cool. So it took me a while. This stuff is very difficult. I make it look easy. It took me a while to get my music software to run through OBS Studio so you can hear it at a good quality. So I'm going to click play. Now look, I could do this. I could say, hey, look at Jazzy's retreat. It looks like an old abandoned airport. This is where your money is going. This is where your little retreat is going to be at. Look at that shit. The grass is not even green. It's by a damn river with pollution. And this is what you're going to have your retreat? Look at that shit. That's some bullshit. You going to that at the Holiday Inn? That's insulting. But see, I'm not that type of person. I'm not going there. We're not going to do that today. Okay? All right, cool, Ashe. Check the PayPal? Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh, you know what? Wow. We have a somebody bid $50, y'all. Somebody bid $50. And that somebody is Key Dead Man. $50. And she's one of my star students. One time we had a 4-hour class. She's one of my star students. She's the first to actually use what I've taught her to go live, and she still have a few classes to go, but she's doing very well. Thank you, Key Dead Man. Thank you very much. So far, no, I ain't going. I'm not here to roast or diss. You could be my best friend, or you could be my worst enemy. I'm not gonna stoop to I'm here for peace and harmony, and I just want to spread awareness and understanding. Okay? So, um, why you hating, Observer? Why are you hating? Thank you, Ashe. And yes, and my diva has a class coming up. Her class is already paid for in advance. I don't want to put her business on the street, but her class is already paid in advance, and this is thanks to good people of YouTube. So yeah, I heard about this retreat. I heard that they might have a special YouTube guest there, and I like nice hotels. I like getting away. I like vacations myself. I just renewed my passport 2 days ago. I'm going to the Bahamas in May, and I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to shoot a little video thing. I'm going to share that with you guys when I come back, so I can appreciate when people put things together. And if you feel comfortable, if you feel comfortable here, if you like it, I love it. It's whatever you feel comfortable. If you feel comfortable here, hey, if you like it, I love it. But let's get on with the music, okay? Because I don't want to feel like somebody feel like I'm throwing shade. It's not about that. It's about people coming together and loving each other. You know what I'm saying? If you want your retreat to look like an abandoned NASA launch area, that's on you. I have nothing to do with that. All right? Right on, Supreme Third Eye. Yeah. Thank you, Lena. Thank you for the compliments. And I really, this is coming from love. This is what love. When I watched Michael Jackson on This Is It, and when he was checking those musicians during rehearsal, he did it from a love. He was firm, but he did it from a loving place. You know what I'm saying? So let me hit play. So can y'all hear that? All right, this beat was made on my phone first. I was just chilling in the car somewhere. I have this same software on my phone. I transferred this. I saved a special file to my iCloud, and then I uploaded it into the same software on my computer. The only difference is, on my phone, I only can use 4 channels, but on the computer, I can use as many channels as I want. The only difference is, on my phone, it's about $18 for iMaschine, but on the computer, it's about $650 for iMaschine. And my mom had passed away a while back, and with some of the money I received from her death, I used the money to buy iMaschine, and I said, I'm not going to let this go to waste. I'm going to do something great with it. And I've been doing a lot of positive things with it ever since. Yes, I made most of these songs start out on my phone, and I can do the song in completion on my phone and send it to you. But I can also put it on my computer with using the same name brand app that has more capabilities on my computer to even add to it. So as you can tell, my intro actually sounds more produced because I had to basically mix it, change some of the sounds. I didn't like some of the snares or whatever. So you can almost tell that this is like the prototype to the intro, and what you heard at the beginning of the show was the finished results. You see that? Yeah, because I needed the software to add the vocals and stuff like that. We'll reopen this. We'll reopen this later on, because you'll see the other stuff that was added to it. Oh, thank you, Grandma. Thank you. Yeah, I made my pilgrimage back to Detroit to lay her to rest, and it was a beautiful Black experience. You know, you ain't seen a funeral home until you go to a Black-owned funeral parlor in Detroit, and you don't know a reprise until you go to a Black Applebee. You know, like an Applebee with Black management, with Black people pictures on the wall. You know, you ride in a 6-door kind of like STS limo with a Black limousine driver. You know, your uncles and cousins probably was the people that put the car together. So I'm just waiting on this software to get its act together, and once it do that, we'll be all good. Yeah, it's doing this because it has to load some powerful tools to in order to work. Yeah, so I use sounds from the Arturia V7 series. That's a bundle that includes 25 virtual keyboards. All virtual keyboards going back to the 60s. Keyboards that the Doors used, Herbie Hancock, Stevie Wonder, Parliament Funkadelic. I have all those virtual keyboards. One keyboard that I'm fond of is called the CMI, which was worth $85,000 when it came out in the 70s. Herbie Hancock used to use it, and I have the virtual version. And for that whole bundle, it cost about $500. But somebody gave me a link to go to their store and use their account to download it, because I helped them with a music project. They couldn't get their iPad to work with their computer using the same software. And I helped him without even asking who he was, where he from, was he Black or white. As soon as a perfect stranger asked me because of the hashtag I used for my video, and I just started helping him. And he said, hey, a total stranger trusted me, dropped me his Gmail and his password to his online account. And he said, here, for helping me, you can have the V7 series bundle. And I said, man, did you just give me the Holy Grail? And because of that, the music I've been doing in the past 6 months has been way on another level. And then he gave me a download for Pigment. And now there's an upgrade for Pigment too. So I know this is technical. I don't want to bore you with this stuff. But we got ZX intro up right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Grown Folks TV.
Indeed,
Welcome
Black
to the show.
Indeed. And thanks again, Ashe. And thanks, Grandma and everyone. Yeah, the audio is too good. I can't even blow my nose. So ZX told me that he wanted me to extend the mix of this song. This song is this song is only about 1 minute and 45 seconds. So you're gonna watch me extend it right in front of your face, okay? I would like to thank Supreme for her donation. Supreme sent $25. Thank you very much. So all I'm going to do is make a duplicate. Now what's cool about this is I'm going to mute the mic for a second just to demonstrate what I'm going to do is let you hear the Marvin Gaye sample by itself, and then I'm going to let you hear different parts of the track, and then I'm going to double it up, make it double length, and then I'm going to save it to Dropbox. So I'm going to mute the mic for a second. And then I'm going to send him the link later on. But you're going to see that I'm extending the track to give to him as a gift for later on. Right on, Ashe. So right here is the Marvin Gaye sample, okay, and let me solo that.
Grown Folks TV.
I'm just showing you how we break it down. I don't know. People, you know, these. Thank you, Mid Clay. These songs have different parts. I didn't label it. So it might be me live on bass. Let's see. These are other sounds that's in the song. Let's see what this is. All right, this is me on bass. Well, Mediva, you know the intro goes to the highest bidder. So it's like a competition. Right now, the highest bid is $50. It's like an auction. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. You know. Yeah. But if you want to do something on the side separately that has nothing to do with this auction, it's all good. Let me know. So right now, I'm going to mute where he says grown folks at the last part. I'm going to deactivate that. And now I'm going to set the marker. And I'm going to highlight all the tracks. And I'm going to make sure there's no solo on right now. We're extending the grown folks track from we're extending the grown folks track from a minute to 45 seconds to longer. Okay. So we're probably going to try to extend it to about 4 minutes, all right? And we're going to do that in your face, and you can tell grown folks, hey, he worked on the track live, and he said he's going to send it to you, and I'm saving it straight to Dropbox and blah, blah, blah. And once again, thanks, Supreme. Thank you, Key Deadman. Thank you, Ashe Divine. And thank you, Shady Hood Tales. And anyone else that's contributed that I may have missed. Right now, Key Deadman bid it the highest for an intro. If she wants to donate that intro to someone or keep it for herself, it's all good. You let me know in the DMs, okay? Okay, now I just doubled the length right in front of you, and we have 2 minutes and no, we have 3 minutes and 15 seconds. But I want the transition to be smooth. I really want to, I think that's enough time. I mean, a record on the radio is only 3.5 minutes. But I want to make sure the transition between the two parts be smooth. So we're going to play it from the end of the first part.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Grown Folks TV. Welcome to the show.
Well, since that's already said at the beginning, I'm going to mute that part. Deactivate clip. I'm going to extend the Marvin Gaye part, but I'm going to fade it in. And what I'm doing right here is called automation. This is what a lot of producers don't do. For some reason, automation is the glue. Automation is the holy grail. Yeah, automation separates the pros from the amateurs. Okay. So I'm gonna play it back and see how that transition look. Okay. So are you guys still with me? You guys still hanging in there? So let's play it back from the end and see how it sounds now.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Grown Folks TV. Welcome to the show.
See, we missed one right here. Cause this is in stereo. These are two tracks that actually have the same sound, but it's panned it out left and right. So let's try this again. Okay, folks, we did it. That's a great transition. I took his short intro and extended it. We extended it into 3 minutes, at least 3 minutes and 15 seconds. It used to be a minute and 45 seconds. And then at the end, it still says Grown Folks TV, which is cool. So this is the long version. So we just finished the first studio sessions together. We all did it together. So what we got to do is wrap this baby up. Now, I'm going to save this as extended mix. And that's another thing. You always got to save stuff in the middle of working on stuff. The software will save automatically, but now I'm clicking export. Now this will be 16-bit because of the length, and plus I don't want to send a master of a full-length song, but it's still cool. But for those of you who don't use music software and stuff like that, you get to see how it's done. And this is my Dropbox. You can see Uncle Fester and stuff. I'm going to show you how Uncle Fester and stuff was made too. So I'm gonna type in grown folks extended mix. That's being saved. And I respect the fact that she say I make my own intros, thank you. But if I got the highest bid, then just donate my intro to somebody else. And I respect that. Indeed, Black. Yeah, and it is cool, Grandma. This is how we do it. So it's processing right now. So imagine that the same computer that I'm live on doing the live show and everything is the same. I'm processing the song on the same computer, and my audio card that's running the live show is the same audio card that's running the music software, and I'm using Native Instrument Audio Complete 6, but they do make Complete 8 and Audio Duo, and it's solid as a rock. I do recommend, if you need an audio interface, I recommend Native Instrument Complete 6, based on what your needs are. You can use it for DJing, music production, film production. You can use it for anything that involves audio, even going live on the internet. So when this finished processing, we'll move over to the next track. And I'll open up, I'll open up Key Deadman's track next. And then we'll do one of the Uncle Festers, either the remix or the original. And then we'll be done for the day. I don't want to keep you long. And whoever was the highest bidder for the intro, you will, let me know what you want as far as the intro. So, but let me let me work my magic. But I'm going to let you know now, all the intros start on my phone first, and then they make their way to the other computer, the big computer. By the time it gets to the big computer, the intro is already 90% done. So there, yeah, it just finished processing, is wrapping up. And as soon as that closes, we'll. And Black, these are my own custom skins. If I get tired of looking at the way that this software looks on the screen, because it can get monotonous, you know. This skin is called Hay Street. I designed this look myself. I have another skin called Noe Valley. This is Noe Valley. This is called North Beach. This is Muni, short for Municipal Railway. And these are basically themes. I guess you could call them themes. So anyway, now that it's finished processing, yeah, this is kind of bright. Let me see if I could do. There we go. Key Deadman. Yo. Yes, indeed. So get that time to load up. Now, let's press play. Let's see what it sounds like. It's still loading up the sounds. It's almost there. We have to wait. Yeah, this is the this is the boring stuff you don't get to see behind the scenes. And usually what I used to do is just turn on the AM radio and watch and listen to the Art Bell show while I'm producing. And this is just the fun part. Matter of fact, I'm going to remix, like when I show the Uncle Fester remix, I'm actually going to tweak it out some more live in real time, because I want to show you why they call this software Ableton Live. Because you don't make music, you perform music, and you record it while you're performing it, and then you save it as a song. That's what's so fun about Ableton Live. What's up, Shady Hood Tales in the building? And bless always. You're right in time. We're just doing a production clinic today. Jazzy did a video saying who the hell is Lordship, and he's trying to make up a beef or something. I know she was mistaken. I'm not going to hold it against her. Said that 1 2 1 2. Yeah, that was a huge buffer. I don't know what. That makes me feel like somebody's trying to. I don't want to use that as an excuse, because a lot of people like to use that excuse. But I'm cruising at 2,000 kilobytes per second. We're just going to take the altitude down to 1,700 kilobytes per second. All right. All right. Now let's see what this sounds like.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Now, mid-class, you have gave the quote of the evening. Okay, you have gave the quote of the evening because when I do these shows, I take in consideration that. Yeah, this thing is tripping. I take in consideration that people are watching and listening on different types of devices. I use a pocket projector myself. Once you go pocket projector, you don't go back. I keep a pocket projector on me wherever I go, so I can have an instant 100-inch screen. So when I'm watching other people's shows on YouTube or whatever, I use a Bluetooth speaker, my phone, and a pocket projector. Okay? Or my headset. And I hope that some people have smart TVs or some kind of system with surround sound, or they watch it in their car and they have their phone connected to their car system. So I take all that into consideration when I'm doing the mix. So now you have validated my belief. When you said, oh, my home surround sound, it sounds good, really good. Thank you. I do this for you. So let's break this song down, the different parts. Let's see what this is. Let me turn the beat down. What is this? Yeah, that's the beat right there. That beat is slamming. This beat started out on my phone using Maschine. Look it up if in the iTunes store. Maschine. What did it take to make? What did it take to make that beat sound so large and so big? Okay. Well, see, it's a difference between an engineer and a beat maker. But it'd be great if you can be a producer, beat maker, and engineer. That way you don't have to keep going to someone else to make your stuff sound right. You see what I'm saying? So, right here at the lower corner, I'm using a plugin to enhance the beat. If I cut this plugin off, you're going to see a drastic change in the beat. Okay, watch this. Now, if I cut this plug-in back on, you're going to hear the beat enhance again. Now the beat is louder, but it ain't just louder because I could turn the volume up to make it louder, and that's what a lot of amateur producers, a lot of mistakes the amateur producer makes, because you're not just making something loud or soft. There's a lot of things involved, and the beat needs to be mixed as a individual group. Every sound in that drum beat needs to have its own mixer channel, and it needs to be a sub mix before the main mix. But of course, I did the sub mix inside Maschine, and then I recorded it onto Ableton. So now, when you make music, you need to see the sound as well as hear it. If you don't look at sound when you're making it, you're working blindly. So I use this thing called Insight. All right. And but before I show you Insight, I'm going to show you what I use to make the beat louder. Okay. So give me, okay, now you see this thing on the screen? Not that. That wasn't what I wanted to show. Matter of fact, let me cut that off because I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to poke fun at anybody. So let me cut that off. But yeah, there's a lot going on. And because of that, sometimes we have technical difficulties. So Eddie P is doing too much. So until that loads back up, we're going to have to take a small but short intermission. All right. And then we'll have that loaded back up. Okay. Yeah, we had some technical difficulties. The software crashed. So give me a couple of minutes for the software to load back up. And it's all good, okay? All right, we're going to do Uncle Fester next because that's really interesting. We're going to skip the other song and go right into Uncle Fester. Do you want me to break down the remix or the original version? Okay, we will do both. So take 5, y'all. All right. By the time this song finishes playing for a second time, we will be back on. So while I'm waiting for this very powerful music software to load back up because of all the tools and things that it uses to make a song, it needs time to make sure things are just right. So just give me less than 4 minutes, and it should be cool. So take 5, use the restroom, make a sandwich, whatever you gotta do, and we'll be back on, okay? All right. And so far, Key Dad Man, everything, all donations are appreciated, and Key Dad Man was the highest bidder at $50 for an intro from his lordship. And we're black. All right. Hold on. Let me fade that out. All right. Now, His Lordship is back in the building. Thank you for your patience and understanding. Now, I am looking. When you have a lot of these things going on. Let's see. All right. Shady Hood in the building. Shady Hood. Now, look. So the computer asked me, did I want to reload the last thing that crashed? And so I said, and Patty's still here. Awesome. And Key is in the building. And Ferris wants to hear Uncle Fester. All right. So now I just want to briefly touch on the Key intro because the computer asked me, did I want to reload? It asked me, did I want to reload what was last on before it crashed? And I said yes. So if you see here, Key Deadman's intro was cut down to about 1 minute and 50 seconds. And the original edit was about 3 minutes. It was 3 minutes, but I thought it was too long. So you can see that right here, I chopped part of the intro off, and you can see the tail end of it to the right if you see my mouse moving on the screen. So, yeah. So I don't know if y'all can hear all. See, I put a lot of hip hop references in my tracks. Now, I've had a long relationship with hip hop, but I'm not married to hip hop. I even got to a point where I was doing hip hop vocals for other people in other countries, but personally, I had moved on production wise and started either learning other underground styles or trying to create my own. But yesterday, World News had a great show where he was playing great hip hop producers, and you know, all this time I never knew who was producing those great beats for my favorite artist, Guru. May he rest in peace. And you know, one of my favorite producers is Easy Mo B, as far as like a legendary producer, not greatest producer of all times or current greatest producer, but overall, look at Easy Mo B's repertoire, because he's the one that produced Flavor in Your Ear when he had, you know, stepped away for a while. He the one that came with that you know, I'm kicking new flavor in your ear. And he's the one that did the legendary collaboration with Miles Davis. Unfortunately, Miles Davis had died during the production of the Easy Mo B and Miles Davis collaboration. And that was years before the Jazzmatazz thing that Guru was doing. What Easy Mo B and Miles Davis did was the prototype to Jazzmatazz. But I don't want to turn this into a debate on producers. So in this song, we have Tupac's voice, clear as day. Tupac and Method Man is in this track, and Mrs. Lordship is in this track. So I'm looking for, here goes, I'm going to solo the Tupac sample so you can hear it. Let me turn the volume up. Here we go.
I won't deny it, I'm a straight rider. I won't deny it, I'm a straight rider. Fuck with me, got the police bustin'.
See that? Well, that's what I got. That's where I got the sample from. So, hold on. So now let's play it with everything together. All right, you see what I'm saying? Hey, you know, these things be spontaneous, okay, Diva? We just come up with these things spontaneously. Now, where's that other sample? Okay. Now, here's the Method Man sample that's in here. So, you know, in this sample, she say, when I first stepped on the scene, niggas was petrified. So what I had to do was reverse the cuss word so that wouldn't be in there. Yeah, so right here, this is where the reversal is. Mm-hmm. Diva Tomboyish is in the building. we had what we had was um, basically an auction for an intro, and Key Deadman gave the biggest donation for the whoever gave the biggest donation wins a free intro. So it started off with Ashe and Shady Hood Trails, and then it went to I can't look at the list because it's on different things, but Supreme and then Key Deadman, and Key Deadman has so far has the highest bid for the intro, the 1.5-minute intro. Yeah. So let me show you what I had to do to make sure that that curse word didn't show up in the song, because me and Key Deadman did talk about that behind the scenes, and I said, well, we can camouflage the N word. We could we could reverse it. So that's it right there. Now, what is this right here? I like that grand introduction that Mrs. Lordship gave Key. So we're gonna isolate that. Oh, here's another sample. I wonder if this was used. This is from a group called D-Influence. This is back in the days when Soul to Soul, Adia Davenport, Loose Ends, Brand New Heavies, Jamiroquai. This was another group from the UK called D-Influence. There's a sample from that group in the song too. You see what that sounds like? Oh, it didn't make the cut. So it's actually is not in the song, but this almost got into the song. It didn't make the cut. If the song would have made it to 3 minutes, that would have been in it. So here is here's the grand introduction from Mrs. Lordship right here.
Introducing the Queen of Receipts.
All right, now we're gonna move on to Uncle Fester. All right. I want to go with the remix first. I'm sorry. All right. What's up, Lady 401? Welcome into the building. I just thought that I should introduce myself since I'm such a mystery man. If anybody been a fan of my work, I always put little clips of different people in the black sector in my videos here and there. I've used anybody surrounding Nature Boy. I've been using their image, but I'm really not dissing them. It's more of a expression. His lordship ain't never hurt nobody. I don't have a history of attacking people, and you know, I have encouraged people. I try to give people information on how they can do better, but I don't sit around calling people names, like calling people fat and ugly and stupid and dumb. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's look for these samples here. These ain't, I'm looking for these samples, but while I look for these samples, let me play a couple of other sample clips. These samples got to be around here somewhere. But yeah, any of those samples can be looped really easy. Really easy. But I'm looking for the Curtis Mayfield sample collection. You know, I recorded right off of the vinyl. Yeah, my wife is watching Peaky Blinders, so it's a very emotional show, of course. Peaky Blinders on Netflix. Wait a minute. Come on. Studio files. Damn it. This stuff is so sensitive. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Hey. I love that talking drum. All right, here we go. This is the sample that I use. The Fred is Dead sample. So let's play the track.
Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. If you got one arm, then you can do your best. Look into the camera when you do the Uncle Fester. Percocets, all on the dresser. 20 for 35, can't charge any lesser for we. No friends, no spouse, no dog. No paper, no cheddar, no job. 16-hour streams, cause we got to do it live. We got no views, then we fake a suicide. Once you look at the screen from the corner of her eyes, you can tell everything she says a bold-faced lie. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester.
This is His Lordship, Uncle Fester's remix.
If you got one arm, then you can do your best. Look into the camera when you do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. If you got one arm, then you can do your best. Look into the camera when you do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. If you got one arm, then you can do your best. Look into the camera when you do the Uncle Fester.
Uncle Fester, Uncle Fester, drive my Tesla. I'm impressed when I meet a professor. I always chill, put my keys on the dresser. I reach back, I peep my ancestor.
I am going to take you to exit.
Do the Uncle Chester, do the Uncle Chester, do the Uncle Chester if you really feel fresher. Yeah, this is Lordship, freestyling. This the remix, I hope you feeling it. It's going down. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do this. Mute, 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 M-U-T-E.
Do your best. Look into the
Mute, 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 mute. Uncle Fester, Uncle Fester, drive my Tesla. I'm impressed when I meet a professor. I always chill, put my keys on the dresser. I reach back, I peep my ancestors. I really like to sit down with investors. Do the Uncle Chester, do the Uncle Chester, do the Uncle Chester if you really feel fresher. Yeah, this is Lordship, freestyling. This the remix, I hope you feeling it. It's going down. Yeah, yeah, let's do this. Mute, M-U-T-E, baby. For real.
This is His Lordship, Uncle Fester's remix.
Uncle Fester, if you got one arm in, you can do your best. Look into the camera when you do the Uncle Fester. Percocets, all on the dresser. 20 for 35, can't charge any lesser for weed. No friends, no spouse, no dog. No paper, no chillin', no job. 16-hour streets, cause we got to do it live. We got no views, then we fake a suicide. Once you look at the screen from the corner of her eyes, you can tell everything she says a bold-faced lie. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. If you got one arm, then you can do your best. Look into the camera when you do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. If you got one arm, then you can do your best. Look into the camera when you do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. If you got one arm, then you can do your best. Look into the camera when you do the Uncle Fester.
So yeah. So that's how the remix was done. I'm using a sample from Fred is Dead from Curtis Mayfield. I recorded the sample off of I actually recorded the sample off of vinyl, and then it went through some treatments. You know what I'm saying? I had to take some of the snap, crackle, pop out of the sound, because you know how old records sound, right? So I had to denoise it and declick it, is what it's called. And then I put a filter on it. You can see, if you can see my mouse arrow, this is called a low. It's called a I think it's a high pass filter. I'm going to solo the track. So I'm going to actually show you how a filter works. And this filter could be automated also. So you're going to see me moving it manually, but I could have recorded all these movements, and then when they play back, it would replay the same movements. Do your best. Yeah, do your best.
This is His Lordship, Uncle Fester's remix.
One arm, then you can do your best. Look into the camera when you do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, if you got one arm, then you can do your best. Look into the camera when you do the Uncle Fester.
Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester. drive my Tesla. I'm impressed when I meet a professor. I always chill, put my keys on the dresser. I reach back, I peep my ancestors. I really like to sit down with investors. Do the Uncle Chester, do the Uncle Chester, do the Uncle Chester if you really feel fresher. Yeah, this is Lordship, freestyling. This the remix, I hope you're feeling it. It's going down. Yeah, yeah, let's do this. Mute, 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 M-U-T-E, baby. For real. So yeah, you get to go behind the scenes and see how it is behind the scenes with His Lordship. Right on. And I wanted to show you how, like I said earlier, that you cannot produce music blindly. You see what I'm saying? You can, anybody can make a track and anybody can make a beat. But to engineer music and to make a song, you need to be able to see it as well as hear it. So this is what's called a spectrum analyzer. So I can look at the audio from the side, from the front, and from all the directions around it. So I can know that the whole stereo spectrum is being filled. So I'm going to rewind this song just a little bit. And if you look at this spectrum analyzer, you will see, thank you, Grandma, and everybody. Thank you, Patty, and God bless, and everybody. Key, thank y'all. If you look at this spectrum analyzer, if you see that red mark, that's like a red flag. So that means that I went a little over the top. But what's really cool is it says sound field. When that thing is full, that means that you got a great stereo sound. All right, that is equally yoked. All right, but what I'm really thanks, Midclad. But what I'm really fond of is the Spectrum AM. This right here is very, very cool. And yeah, this is very cool. I need to change how it looks so we can see the pretty colors. Okay, now we can see the pretty colors. And with this, you can see if it has too much bass, too much treble, too much mids, or you can see that it has a nice amount of mids and stuff like that. So you could probably isolate different frequencies, and then you could see basically at the top, basically at the very top is the highs, and then in the middle is the mids, and then you have lower mids and upper mids, and then at the very, very bottom is the subs. Whereas at the very bottom, where it's really pink at, that would be the subsonic frequency. So let me see if I can drop in a multi-band compressor, and then I can actually show you what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's do this. Mute, M-U-T-E, baby. For real. Okay, now I think we can do this. I'm gonna solo the lows. Now look at that. See, today turned out to be a production clinic. Now you're only hearing the low frequency, and that's why you see the top part of the spectrum analyzer disappear. And what I'm going to do is isolate 3 different frequencies just to show you what you're looking at when you're looking at instruments like this in order to analyze the sounds. Okay. Now I'm soloing the mid-range. But if I had a more intricate multi-band, which I do, a multi-band compressor, I could break it down into more separate frequencies.
Do the Uncle Fester. Fester, do the Uncle Fester. If you got one arm, then you can do your.
And now we just gonna hear the high frequencies. And now here go all the frequencies together.
The whole face live. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester.
This is his lordship,
Uncle Fester,
Uncle
do the Uncle
Fester's
Fester.
remix.
If you got one arm, then you can do your best. Look into the.
Hey, what's up, Maribel? Well, now you get an idea how things go. So now let's go to the original Uncle Fester. Oh, I'll tell her that you said Mrs. Lordship sounds cool. I'll let her know that. Yeah, Maribel, somebody want to know who I am. So today's show is all about who I am. And Maribel, did you know about the retreat? It's a wonderful place. It's it's females only, so but it's set by a wonderful the setting. Look at it. It's by the water. I think I played Battlefield 2. I think I remember being in that tower, like they did a replica of it for Battlefield 2 online version. And yeah, this is cool. And I wish them all the luck. I think self-empowerment is wonderful. I believe in self-empowerment and people coming together to do something positive. To do something positive. I'm all for that. Yes. Here we go.
If I was to ever have sex with you, you would never want any one of your females no more. But I would never do that. Cause you can't handle me sexually.
Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. If you got one arm, then you can do your best. Look into the camera when you do the Uncle Fester. Percocets, all on the dresser. 20 for 35, can't charge any lesser for me. No friends, no spouse, no dog. No paper, no cheddar, no job. 16-hour streets, cause we got to do it live. We got no views, then we fake a suicide. When she look at the screen from the corner of her eyes, you can tell everything she says a bold face lie. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. If you got one arm, then you can do your best. Look into the camera when you do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. If you got one arm, then you can do your best. Look into the camera when you do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. If you got one arm, then you can do your best. Look into the camera when you do the Uncle Fester.
And you know what you need? Is a soak in a bathtub. Put some bubbles in there with some Epsom salt. Get you some wine. If you don't drink, it's apple cider. Get you some fruits. Sit your ass in that tub and just relax. Because tonight at 10 o'clock, I am going to take you to ecstasy. I'm going to give you pleasure you never experienced before. lover's land. If I was to ever have sex with you, you would never want any one of your females no more. But I would never do that. Cause you can't handle me sexually.
Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester.
Oh, I forgot I had it on repeat.
If you got one arm, then you can do.
I forgot I had it on repeat. Bless Always is in the building. Let's see here. Because people know I'm live and they sending me messages. Okay. Anyway. Oh, somebody dissed me on his lordship. I look at this as compliments, though. You know what I'm saying? Patty, it's easy. This is well, it can be complicated. I'm not gonna say that, but there is a slight delay because I'm running so much stuff. But it's just a timeline. And I'm using the timeline version. See, on the other side of the software is a grid. Now, Patty Paradox, I know that you may be familiar with a grid, right? Like a worksheet. So this music software is very, very unique. It's a spreadsheet production tool as well as a regular linear production. So if you're used to a linear style of production, then you just use the linear side of the software. But if you're familiar with a spreadsheet, just like working in an office or whatever, then you can use the spreadsheet side of the software. You see what I'm saying? Now, I could trigger different parts of this song. You know, this song started out as a spreadsheet, and then when I recorded the live performance, because this is called Ableton Live, then it turned into a linear production. So let me show you how this song originally started. What I did was, to the far right, it says intro, it says chorus, verse, chorus. So if I click the intro, we're going to hear the intro, but it looks like it's nothing on that scene. So let's click chorus.
Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. Throw your hands up and do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester.
See, that's the chorus side. That's how it started. So these, in the master channel, it says these, when you click this, it triggers everything that's on that same line going across, just like a grid when you add things across in the spreadsheet. So that kind of gives you an idea of that, you know what I'm saying? Now, let's get back to this, because I want to show you this beautiful instrument called the pigment that I use for this song. And the first thing I'm going to do, let me make sure that it's turned on. Okay, yes, it's turned on. Sometimes I turn these things off to save processing power. So let's see what the melody from the pigment sounds like. Okay, that came from Pigment. Okay, that's the sound for Pigment again. So I want y'all to see what Pigment looks like. Okay, it's loading up right now. So just give it a second to load up. All right, this is a very power consuming instrument. If you think I'm talking out of the side of my neck or just making up stuff, feel free to look this instrument up on your own. This is Pigments by Arturia. Matter of fact, this is the upgrade. This is Pigment 2. And this is where that beautiful melody came from. And I could have choose many different sounds. Look at the list of sounds. You see you have bass, brass, sequence. Just on the sequence list, there's tons and tons of sounds to choose from. Right now I'm using what's called LADS, but I could easily change to something else. Let's see. Let's play it back with a different sound. You know what? We can find another cool sound and then just hit play and see what it sounds like with the whole song. All right, this is called Lambda. Let's see what this sounds like. Laser Moon. Let's see. Let's go back. I kind of like that. So let's see what it sounds like with the whole song.
Dog, no paper, no chiller, no job. 16-hour streets, cause we got to do it live. We got no views, then we fake a suicide. When she look at the screen from the corner of her eyes, you can tell everything she says a bold-faced lie. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. If you got one arm, then you can do your best to look into the camera when you do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. If you got one arm, then you can do your best to look into the camera when you do the Uncle Fester. Do the Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, do the Uncle Fester. If you got one arm, then you can do your best.
Yeah, these things are very CPU heavy. This is the big dogs. This is what the pros use. I use, a matter of fact, not only I use Arturia instruments, I also use Native Instruments instruments. And when I show you Native Instruments, that's really going to trip you out. And if anybody has left the room, I'm going to need you to come back into the room, because this here is going to blow your mind. Because I want you to see how the drum beat for this song was made. So the first thing I need to do is save this beat just in case. Saving is a key thing. Saving is a key thing. So I'm going to type in. You know what's funny? I'm not going to remember where I saved this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. Now, this little thing is called New School. This is one of my favorite virtual instruments. And with this software, you can actually build your own instruments. You can build your own plugins. You can build your own effects. You can build your own synthesizer. You can build your own sampler. I might even show you one of my inventions. And what's really cool about this is that you can go under the hood. Let's get surgical. All right. You can go under the hood and see these wires and cables. This is how you build your instrument. You can go under the hood and connect different components. You have a list of components here, list of components. You don't need a soldering gun. You don't need soldering metal. You do it all virtually. You ain't got to worry about blowing a fuse or blowing out your component set. You can build it all from here. You can go down 5 layers depending on what you know. You can see there, I just clicked that and then it opened up a whole more stuff to connect. You can go all the way down into the system, down 5 layers. See there, I clicked that. We just went down another floor. You see what I'm saying? Oh, cool, Patty, because now we get real nerdy. It's getting real technical. Look at that. Imagine connecting all these wires and all this stuff just to build this instrument called New School. Now, what's great about New School and what makes making beats fun using New School with Reactor is you get to draw to make the beat. You see what I'm saying? So, right now you hear no sound. And this is how I made the beat for the original Uncle Fester. Now, watch this. Watch this. Isn't that incredible? This is how I made the beat. Yeah, this guy, hella bass, hella bass. This Maschine is no joke. This some old Michael Jackson, Dangerous. This is like straight, digital. But anyway, that gives you an idea. Let me see if I can find something that I actually designed myself. Let me check here. There's about, I would say, a 10-second delay. So excuse that. If I don't see it, then we'll just don't worry about it. I don't see it. But I'm glad everybody is still here. It might be a different, usually I have access to the folder, but I have to dig for it. Let me see if I can find it in here right quick. I just have to look for the native instrument folder. There we go. So many files and folders. I'm looking for something that says my stuff, my stuff. Custom ENSs. There we go. Now, let me see. Random shapeshifter. Okay, here we go. If this doesn't freak you out, nothing will. Okay, there we go. I kind of invented this, okay, kind of. I modified the preset, but it's still my design in a way. But here we go. Let me turn it down a little bit. Now, these are 3 animated characters. Let me see what the beats sound like. All right. I want to play something more, something. Okay, now check this out. If I was doing a live show and somebody was freestyling or whatever, I can modify the beat by just moving one of the characters. See the sister move? This is the pitch here. I can make it high pitch, low pitch, just like playing an instrument. If I want to change some of the sounds or the rhythm. So this is something that I came up with. I'm still messing around with it. It's not perfected yet. The Kiddo Community Garden. What's happening? That name sounds so familiar. But welcome. Welcome to the show. Yeah, there were people out there that was curious about old Eddie P. So I wanted to, his lordship. So I wanted to show people who his lordship is. You know what I'm saying? And shout out for those that's curious about his lordship, because today somebody put his lordship name in their channel, and I want to give them, in the title of their video, and I want to give them credit for being the first to put his lordship name in the title of their video. I'm honored, especially by someone that's so well known and so well liked in the community. I respect that. So welcome, kiddo. Yeah, this is called a Travelizer instrument, and it took me 3 months to learn how to create these animated knobs to control the sound and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty sick though. This is the psychedelic side. This is the psychedelic side of lordship. We're not going to go into that. Yes. I want you to know that his lordship is not in the Illuminati. I don't want you to think I'm in the Illuminati, okay? But this has been real. So far, let the records show that Key Deadman gave the highest bid, and thank everybody who participated, including Supreme, Ashe Divine, Shady Hood Tales, and anybody that I may have left out because I'm only looking at the Cash App, and I need to look at the PayPal also. Okay, so let me double check the PayPal just in case. Yep, I think all bids are in for the PayPal, and the PayPal bid was the highest. Thank you very much, and thank everyone for participating. Key came in with the slam dunk. What's up, sweet Chantal? Look, I want you to pass this message on to Jazzy G. I'm going to continue to make my art and let the record show that my art is not offensive. You said in your own video that you could not see the disc when I used your face on the lady from the Rolling Stones picture. Now, on your left side was LJ, and on your right side, I didn't touch her picture, but the girl in the middle had your face on it. And just because somebody put your face on a picture doesn't mean it was meant to insult you. I used Taraji for LJ's face. I used a lot of respectable people. If you take a look at all those pictures again, I used a taste of honey, a lot of great females, Peaches and Herb, just a lot of people of great stature, even Aviata Grande. I used nothing but respectable ladies to even do something like that. And then there's pictures where people from Carbonation faces in it. It's just a sign of a time just to express what's going on the internet and the black sector. Some people find it humorous, but it doesn't mean that it was meant to be a diss. It's less open. It's open to interpretation. Yeah. And it ain't like people are instigating this, because I've been doing this for over a year. You mean to tell me they just now finding out? And then to compare me to someone else, this is not a competition. I'm a professional, so I don't have to compete. I've been an independent artist for a long time online, since '96. There's tons of pictures of me online, and none of them are compromising. I managed to maintain my privacy and my dignity for all these years. Okay? And I hide in plain sight. I want to see what this says, and we'll end it with this one. This says, Lordship theme, take 3. I would never compare myself with another person that's doing the same thing. I know how difficult this is and how challenging it is, and you only can work with the resources you can afford or have available. I was lucky enough to accumulate at least $10,000 worth of software and tools above and below board. I saw what the white guys were doing to get their stuff. I said to myself, these guys couldn't possibly be paying for all this stuff. You mean they got money like that? Does everybody got money? So I did my research. I got things above board and below board. And you know what? It's easy to get these things. The hard part is to learn how to use it and pay attention to detail. See, the reason why they know it ain't lordship when you see a video that's dissing somebody. Somebody would say, hey, that's not lordship, because they know lordship, pay attention to detail, because he's a professional. See the difference? So you can't even confuse me with anybody else. You know? So let's see. As a grand finale, we'll take a look at his lordship's theme song, and then we'll end the show with that. And then the next show, I'm going to show you how we do the visual stuff for the intro. We're just going to explore the visual software, which is even more CPU heavy than this. So I hope we be able to get it to work together with the OBS Studio, because it's very CPU heavy. Right, Ferris. As LJ would say, your perception and interpretation. You could take the high road or the low road. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Let's take a look. Let's solo this part. This is the ARP. This is the ARP 2600. This is a keyboard that Stevie Wonder likes to use. I have all the vintage keyboards, but I have the virtual version. So this is loading up. And also tell grown folks that the extended version of this song is done. Oh, this is not okay. This is the Analog Lab. So this is like a bunch of keyboards in one. When I use the Analog Lab, it gives me access to all the analog keyboards. But what's crazy is this picture right here is a picture of the CMI keyboard. Now look at this. This is from the 70s. In real life, this cost $85,000 in the 70s. This was one of Herbie Hancock's favorite production tool. There is a video on YouTube of Herbie Hancock showing Quincy Jones how to use this keyboard. And this is a touchscreen computer. If you think touchscreens are something new, this is a touchscreen computer keyboard from the 70s, and it took some big old discs for memory, and you can see the keyboard keys and you can see the computer keys right there. So let's listen to the sound that's coming from the CMI. I think they emulated the sounds from these analog keyboards very well. I have 25 different vintage keyboards from this collection, and that's only a third of my virtual keyboard collection. Wow, this is I guess this is the intro I never used. But it says Lordship Intro, Take 3. intro. I haven't even used this intro. I thought this was the final, this is the Lordship regular intro. Yeah. But it said take 3. See how many times you try a jingle or something until you get it just how you want it? I don't. Come on now, you can't call me while I'm live. But I don't think I made that intro with this software. I also use Cubase and I use Reason and other software too. So that's interesting. So that proves to you right there that songs start one way and end up another way. And I'm just curious about what this is. It says Good Brother or something like that. After you make like 1,000 songs, a million, like 2,000-3,000 songs, you run out of song titles. You start giving them letter and number codes and stuff like that. Fair's still in the building. Maribel's still in the building. Somebody must have went live. It must be off the hook out there. I think Diva went live. But we wrapping it up. Class is almost over. I just want to see what this sounds like. Oh, this is it. Wow. See, this is the part that's missing from the final mix of that intro. And I'm too lazy to redo the audio, but there's a sample from T La Rock, It's Yours. For you hip hop aficionados, there is a sample from T La Rock, It's Yours, that's missing from my intro that should have been in there. So I'm going to play this, let it ride out, and when it ends, I'm going to sign out. And I just want to thank everybody for checking out the show and everything and coming through. It's been real. I think it's been informative. I think this was a teaching moment. And I think people know that I'm a nice guy. I'm not the one. I am not the one. And don't make me prove I am not the one, because I don't even want to be the one that have to prove I'm not the one. Okay? All right. We're going to let this rock out. We're going to let you look at this, and then we'll phase out and say goodbye after this. All right? So, peace and hair grease, okay?
I'm the magnificent.
Tell them what your name is.
magnificent. The magnificent. The magnificent. The magnificent. The magnificent. The magnificent.
Yo, man, I don't think they heard you. Why don't you tell them what your name is?